Well, hello, welcome to I Love Gay Today. It's sponsored by gayrealestate.com. And this is kind of a special edition that we have in conjunction with Cinequest. It's not an LGBT, it's a film festival out in the Bay Area near San Francisco. But we're meeting with some of the different filmmakers, specifically with some really fantastic LGBT films coming along. And we're here with Drew de Pinto. How are you, Drew?
Great. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, absolutely. But you've got a lot going on. You've got this it's a short, correct, called The Last Call.
Yes.
Yeah. And I took some notes on it, but yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Last Call, it's mostly shot on black and white 16 millimeter film.
Yeah.
It was actually the first film that I shot in my MFA program. So I shot it when I had just moved to the Bay Area, and it focuses on, it was the fall of 2020, so it focuses on three historic queer bars in San Francisco and kind of the various plights that they face and unknown fates.
That's turned out to be kind of a big story over the last few years, I think, too. Not specifically for San Francisco, but just in general, especially on the lesbian side. There's a lot going on in terms like the Lesbian Bar Project and so forth, because everybody's realizing a lot of these establishments that have been with us forever have kind of faded away.
Yeah, especially, El Rio, I think, has a really strong like queer and lesbian and trans presence. And I mean, all three of the bars really, but and just like long and storied histories of especially the Stud, it opened back in the 60s
Yep.
and had a sign that said, everyone's welcome here. And it was like one of the few gay bars that was really welcoming back in that time to women and less conventional members of the queer community.
Oh yeah, no, I'm from Southern California, but I've been to the Bay Area several times, and I know of these places, and including I think I saw on your list Anti Charlie's as well.
Yes, Aunt Charlie's Lounge. I love that bar, and it's actually now the last queer bar in the Tenderloin district in San Francisco,
Okay.
which is pretty famous for being the site of the Compton's cafeteria riot in
Yeah.
1966. Which I actually have another film that I'm working on about that. But yeah, it's the last queer bar in that neighborhood, which is a historically, queer and trans neighborhood. So it's a really
Yeah.
special place.
Wow. But you got some great pedigree background as far as like with Newfest out here in New York. You've received a grant from them, and but I think between that and some of the stuff you've done in Stanford, but you've got some great things going on there.
Thanks so much. Yeah, I was really excited. I just received this grant from Newfest and Netflix to finish up this newer film that I'm working on called Compton's 22, which, yeah, focuses on the Compton's riot that I mentioned and works with, current day trans performance artists and drag artists. And we kind of have a dialogue that is, tried to make an intergenerational dialogue between these archival interviews with trans women who had participated in this riot and had these artists in the current day, like watch and respond to these interviews. And then we worked on developing a kind of performance archive that spoke to that riot, since there really is no visual documentation of that riot or even that space.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's like I said, a lot going on, and I know you've had this. You participated with Outfest last year, and even the San Francisco Queer Film Festival.
Yeah, it's been so great. I mean, most of my films focus on queer and trans themes, so it's been really great to especially highlight, the to be highlighted among the work of other queer filmmakers and also to, reach queer audiences. I think for me, making these films, I've just learned so much about queer and trans history, especially in the Bay Area, and I love to be able to share that with audiences.
I love, I love the energy you put behind it, and I love what you're working on. So this is great.
Thanks.
But no, mostly, I wish I could be out there in at Cinequest this year. Unfortunately, I miss it this year, but one of these times I will. And but in the meantime, I just really appreciative that you're able to take a few moments and share a bit of your story with our audience here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Well, thanks again. Now, take care.
And it feels good, so good.